Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be showcasing another team featuring non-legendary, non-XL and no community move required team. I'm using Gyarados in the lead. If you don't have Aqua Tail, which is a community move on Gyarados, that's okay, not a huge problem. However, if you do, I do recommend to have that move on your Gyarados using this team. After trying 3 sets with this team, I reckon there are situations where Gyarados could perform better with its community move, and I'm also using nidoqueen and the trevenant in the back to cover the weakness of Gyarados. According to PvP, this team has okay stats, and now let's get into the battles. Here we have a mirror. Both parties are using Dragon Breath as a fast move. So for the first set I did with this team, I did have Waterfall on my Gyarados as a faster move. However, there are quite a few dragon types in the matchups I had, so I decided to change to Dragon Breath for the next two sets. I had 3 sets using this team and got all positive. I had 2, 3, 2 and 1 set being 1, 4. In this meta where you see legendaries and XLs everywhere, I reckon this is not a bad result. The thinking behind this team building is Gyarados has only 2 weaknesses, being electric, is double weak to electric, and also rock type moves. So I'm using nidoqueen to cover both moves, and also Trevenant is such a good generalist in this meta. It has Shadow Claw and also Shadow Ball, which does a lot of damage to many Pokemon in the meta. As you can see, I took a win there. However, this team does have difficulties. Being Alolan Ninetale is a really difficult Pokemon for this team to deal with. Other Pokemons, I reckon it's okay, even though you might see a Registeel. Dragon Breath still does a lot of damage, even though it's resisted. And another thing is all the charged moves on Registeel is resisted by Gyarados having that water and flying typing, which is really nice. Here, Snorlax matching up with nidoqueen. This is not necessarily a positive matchup for Snorlax, being nidoqueen has Poison Fang, which can constantly lower the opponent's defense, and Poison Jab with the recent buff does a lot of damage. Sorry, it's quite windy here today. Okay. The opponent switched to a XL Glorian Starfisk. I found that there are quite a few level 50 Pokemons in the meta, which is quite annoying. I don't know what happened there. I think the opponent having 2 shields still have some play, but they just left the game. So yeah, now we have the Registeel. As you can see here, it's not necessarily a terrible matchup for Gyarados, even though Dragon Breath is resisted. And also, I'm running Crunch and Outrage on my Gyarados, so hopefully Crunch can lower the opponent's defense. However, I believe in this particular matchup, I didn't get any debuffs. I'm going to throw another Crunch, and there is no debuff. I believe the opponent threw another Fox Blast here, which did pretty much the same amount of damage as Flash Cannon. Now, I didn't switch out immediately because I want. For some reasons, I thought the Registeel was dead, and then I let the Sylveon farm it a little bit. This is a new team I came out this season. I didn't use this team last season, so for the first set I played, I made a lot of mistakes. I switched the wrong Pokemon, used the wrong move. However, I still got a 3-2. Otherwise, if I was better at using this team, I could have gone for 2 sets of 4-1 and 1 set of 3-2. So I reckon a relatively easy to get team and not so difficult to use. The opponent left the game again. I'm pretty happy about this result, as this is a no legendary, no community day move, nor XL team. Okay, the opponent switched to a Prob, which is one of my favorite Pokemons. I really like poison typing, dark typing, you know, all these cool, edgy, gothic kind of typings. Dragon Breath, even though it has no stab on Gyarados, it still does a lot of damage just being a really strong move, and here we took the switch advantage. See what happens now. The opponent switched back to Blaziken. Now, even though Blaziken does have the community move Blast Burn, however, I do find many Blazikens prefer to run Brave Bird for more coverage. There, I believe I could take a Brave Bird, that's why I didn't shield, and also I'm already at this shield disadvantage, so there was nothing I can do. As PvPoke said, this team does have difficulties facing certain matchups. So sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, but after playing 3 sets of using this team, I do feel it's not difficult to play with, and it's not very hard to get. So that's why I'm showcasing this team. The opponent is using rather spicy pickup on Gourgeist. On paper, Gourgeist is not as good as Trevenant, however, Hex and Shadow Claw, they actually charge energy at the same rate, but Shadow Claw is a 2-turn move and Hex is a 3-turn move, so there is that difference, and that's why Shadow Claw is the superior move. The bright side of Gourgeist is Gourgeist does have better bulk, so it's not like a worse Grisgurster type, it's just a Grisgurster type that requires different play styles and skills in my opinion. Here, I decided to save my nidoqueen back to save 2 shields for my nidoqueen, because if I can shield any moves from the opponent's nidoqueen and I can constantly lower the opponent's defense, there is a good chance I can farm down. As you can see there, the opponent quit again. Just to show you how fun this team is. Now, the opponent is using a XL Jellicent, which is a super bulky Pokemon, and I believe here we still take the win from this lead thanks to Crunch, even though I didn't get any debuffs. Now, having mentioned this before, Alolan Ninetale is a kind of like a core breaker to this team, because I'm running Dragon Breath, which is double resisted by fairy types, and also if these Alolan Ninetales have Powder Snore in this case, as you see there, it deals super effective damage to my nidoqueen, which is the only Pokemon that can throw back, that can cause super effective damage to fairy types. And also, Alolan Ninetales is super spammy with its Powder Snore as fast move. That's why here there is pretty much nothing I can do. Okay, let's get into the next battle. The opponent is using a Victini in the Ultra League remix. And I also use my Victini in Ultra League, so that's credit goes to them, respect. Here, the opponent switched to a extra trio, which has very high attack stats, however, it's really frail. It's really frail even in the Master League, so it's just extra frail in the Ultra League. The opponent switched to a Snorlax, which is kind of like a hard counter, and then the opponent tried to catch a Seed Bomb, but however it just called a Shadow Ball. And then I still have 3 Pokemons, White Shield, and my nidoqueen is at 4 HP, which is pretty much GG's. Okay, this is definitely a difficult lead. The opponent is using Melmetal, which does super effective damage with their fast move, Thunder Shock, and super effective move with super effective damage with their charged move, Rock Slide. And then I lost the lead and semi-lost the switch. I took out the switch thanks to nidoqueen having that debuffing move. However, my nidoqueen is just so low, it barely does anything, and I didn't really want to spend both shields protecting nidoqueen. The Waterfall Gyarados can do a lot of damage to my nidoqueen just using Waterfall, so this is a really hard matchup for me. I believe this is a losing matchup based on the situation now, and you can see there, it doesn't really matter if I used any of my backline Pokemons as a safe switch, the opponent just has the perfect counter to all of my Pokemons. And there, I think I kind of made a mistake. I should have went for Crunch instead of outrage. However, at this point of time, there is not much I can do in this matchup, and I left the game. The next battle. So this is, I would say this is a not too bad matchup for Gyarados, having Dragon Breath, which deals super, not super neutral damage, and also Crunch, which deals super effective damage to the Trevenant, and there I took out the Trevenant. The opponent switched to a Melmetal, and that's a good thing for me, because even though nidoqueen doesn't do super effective damage, actually double resisted with this poison jab, it does resist all the moves coming from a Melmetal, and it has Earth power. Here, I believe this is another positive situation for me, being the opponent's Gyarados runs Waterfall. If it's Dragon Breath, this would be devastating, but this is not a bad situation for me now. Took out the Gyarados and the opponent left again. I find like using this team, you either get like totally walled, like just the wrong line up, otherwise the opponent quits the game quite often, as you can see during the past 9 battles we showcased here. And here, another Core Breaker, Ninetales. See how it goes. Ninetales running Powder Snore is just devastating. It's so spammy, and Ice typing, well, it's not necessarily the best typing, however, it does super effective damage to many best typings in the game, being Dragon, being Ground, so it's really not that bad after all. Here, I showed it this Seed Bomb. I didn't really count so well, so just to be safe. However, yeah, that was just a Seed Bomb. The opponent didn't show anything here, I believe, and I believe this is just a Aqua Tail, so here we can safely farm down. Yay, that's another game. Okay, that's all the battles I'm showcasing today. That's 10 battles in total. I do reckon this team is easy to get and easy to play. The only difficult Pokemon might be difficult for you to get is nidoqueen, but really like you don't really need to have a Honda or slightly XL or even non-XL. That's absolutely okay. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much to the trainers who played with me during the 3 sets I had today. I had a good time. So thank you so much. Have a good day, and see you next time.